Hi, Daphne Dishes here. So I'm going live on TikTok, but I thought, why not also go live on YouTube here? So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be making a cake, and I'm going to be making some really good chicken. So there you go. Let's get going. I should put this back. I took the chicken out prematurely, I think. So here we go. Oh, almost. Anyway, so let's see. I'm gonna start. I'll move this over so you can kind of see more what I'm doing here. Because I'm gonna start with a lemon thyme cake. And I'm gonna use olive oil instead of butter because I recently had one that was way more flavorful. Oh, I should move this up. Okay. All right, there we go. Welcome to Food Talk TV, home of TikTok's longest running live cooking show. And please tap the screen. Gifts are welcome. I'm Daphne Brogdon, and I am doing Daphne Dishes again. So I had Daphne Dishes on the Food Network show, and now I also have Daphne Dishes again on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok. And oh, Alexa, turn down. So today I'm gonna make a lemon olive oil bundt cake with fresh thyme, and I'm gonna use olive oil because I think it's gonna be moister. Oops, wait a minute. I gotta invite my co-host here. I have a very special co-host. Invitation sent. Wait, did it go on? All right, let me make sure this is. Did I? Well, I thought I did. The mustard queen. Oh, okay, there we go again. Hi, Taylor.
Oh, we got this thing again.
I know. So what
Hold
should
on,
I?
I got it. You hit the multi-guest.
Okay.
Modify. Do. Oh, no.
Well, we're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna start measuring.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna start with a. I'm gonna start backwards. I'm gonna start with the end of the meal, since it's gonna need to bake. So I'm gonna use cake flour. Okay, wait a minute. It says, oh my. Oh, no, I don't think so. Mike Goward wanted to be a guest. I don't know. Do we do? I don't think I can handle that and cook. But maybe make a comment, Mike. This is only my second time cooking live on Food Talk, so I'm not going to be as savvy as some of the other hosts. Oh, right. But Taylor's disappeared. Okay, so let's see. Nope. Let me back in. Fixed it. Okay. Accept. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going to make a lemon thyme olive oil cake. And I'll tell you why. Because I just went to one of my favorite places in LA to have lunch, which is called Sycamore Kitchen. And they had a pumpkin bread. And it was so moist. And so I managed to find the owner. And I was like, how is this cake so moist? And she said, no butter, olive oil. So I'm like, I'm on it. I'm on it. So I have a lot of lemons. And I also have thyme from my garden. So that's what I'm going to start with today. And then I'm going to do a chicken recipe that I came up with this year. Well, I guess it's this year. I was going to say this week, but the year is short. It's kind of, I call it Moroccan-ish chicken, but the key ingredients are fennel and dates. Because my son and I both love dates, and I have a bunch of fennel in my garden, and my boyfriend bought all this fennel, kept saying he was going to make a fennel salad, and he never did. So I was like, I'm taking matters into my own hands, and I'm working on this fennel. So wait a minute, I gotta show you, Taylor, because remember how my window was kind of a problem? It was too much I was too backlit. So I went to my wrapping table and I found the brown paper to put up against it. And
I love it. Which y'all, if you are new here, this is Daphne Brogdon's kitchen. And this light, it's a beautiful window, it's a beautiful light, but when we're filming this way, not so much. Yes, I was about to say your lighting does look wonderful today.
Oh my God! And I took a desk lamp from my family room and put it over here too to try to get the key light.
Yeah, no, it looks a lot better today.
It does? Okay. Because actually I thought it looked better than I was gonna. But anyway, okay. So let's get going with the cake because that's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna use cake flour instead of regular flour. Now, it's not the end of the world. If you only have regular flour, that's okay. You want to ideally add a little tapioca or cornstarch because it's just a little finer. Things can be a little fluffier. And I'm taking this recipe from a website I found, Buttermilk by Sam. So I want to give credit where credit's due. The one difference I'm going to make though is she has I'm assuming a she, huh? Is like kind of a light icing on top. I'm very anti-icing. I think American pastries are too sweet, so I rarely ever put a topping or an icing. But that's just me. And also because I want it to last a couple days because then I'm like, oh, that'll be breakfast for my son and a break for me in the afternoon. And once you put icing on it, it kind of gums it up and it's harder for it to last. So
Roasting's not good for future Daphne.
Taylor, you're learning my nomenclature. Yes, present Daphne and past Daphne have to think of future Daphne, 100%.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just do the old, I'm gonna do the dry ingredients first because then I can get it out of the way. Now normally I would do a scale, but let me get my scale because I think this is a good cooking tip and I often mention this in my cooking videos. On YouTube, Daphne Dishes again, I often mention how I think that weighing ingredients is so better than measuring cups.
You know, I agree with you too, but then I keep stumbling across recipes where the recipe author did not weigh them and they measured them.
Yeah, but you could, I mean, you know if it's, 2/3 of a cup, it's 6 ounces. So,
Right.
yeah. But, and unfortunately, and I think I mentioned this is what used to happen when I was cooking a Food Network. They have this idea of, I forgot to zero. Hang on. All right, tell me something, Taylor, while I do this. Tell me something about Food Talk TV.
Oh yeah, well I will introduce, we did just get some people. Y'all welcome to Food Talk TV. We do live cooking shows on the daily, Monday through Friday. We have 2 shows a day. We're starting out in February. We're gonna start having 3 shows on some days. And this is Daphne Brogdon, and if you find her on her other channels, she's known as Daphne Dishes again because her original show on Food Network was Daphne Dishes.
Yeah.
So she is new to Food Talk TV. This is her 2nd show. Y'all can see the screens and share the lives. If y'all are interested in seeing me live, I'm on Saturday at noon Central with my husband. We do our show called The Tailgate.
The tailgate, which is so, God, I know, what are you planning for Super Bowl?
Or man, I don't know, but we have just been going hard at party foods and party ideas. Last week we did Nashville hot chicken wings.
Hot chicken wings?
Nashville hot.
Nashville hot. Whoa.
I'm in Nashville, so of course got to do the Nashville hot.
Man. Okay, is that super hot? I can't handle it when they're real hot.
Oh yeah, no, this is inappropriately hot.
Appropriate. PG hot.
The lore is that someone made, it was a husband and wife, and the husband was caught cheating on his wife, and so the wife made him chicken for dinner and just put way too much cayenne into it and gave it to him, trying to hurt him, and then he goes, oh wow, this is delicious. That's the lore of it.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So,
it's one of the few things, and because I live in Nashville, it's one of the few things when I go out for Nashville hot chicken, I will take my preferred heat level, like what I would typically order, and then I order below that.
okay.
Like one of the few places.
Yeah. I can't handle it. I got a California, mouth that doesn't, it's, what was
Just a little
the,
bit of jalapeno there.
yeah, with the Gus's fried chicken, do you know that? That supposedly came from somewhere in the South. We have that one.
Oh.
But I don't know. Okay, I'm putting all my dry ingredients, my baking soda, my baking powder, my flour, and you always want to mix that together first because then or else you're going to take a big bite of baking soda at some point. It's going to be gross if you don't. So sea salt, baking soda, flour. Oh, my baking powder. And that's going to really.
Salt is so necessary in dessert dishes, and I never see people do that.
What's necessary?
I feel like salt is so necessary in desserts.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, you actually get a sweeter taste. Like that's why when you make a chocolate chip cookie, you want to maybe sprinkle some salt on at the end because it actually will highlight the sweet more. And this recipe calls for either buttermilk or kefir. And part of the reason that people wonder like, why do I sometimes have to bake with buttermilk or whatever, or with the kefir? It's because there's acid in it, and the acid interacts with the baking powder, and it's going to help it make it rise and be fluffier. So that's why. Okay, so then
we did just have baking with Justin come and ask what you're making.
Oh, I'm making a lemon olive oil bundt cake with thyme. Yeah. Okay. So now I need to do the. Sorry, I should have had the bowl set up here.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Please be sure to tap the screen.
So we're gonna mix the sugar and the lemon. Here's my bowl. It's on top of my sugar. Okay. So I'm sorry here. I couldn't.
Huge conversation in the comment sections over here.
Oh, really? Tell me everything.
About their heat level and their heat preference because I was talking about the Nashville hot.
Oh, yeah.
Talked about their preferred type of spicy.
Their preferred.
I think for the most part, people maybe like a little heat, but they actually want the flavor. They don't want to just have their mouth on fire.
Yeah, for me, if it's too hot, I can't taste it. You know.
Right.
It gets to be too much. So I'm going to use, for sure, I think 3 lemons, actually, is going to be the better way to go. And I'll tell you, if we have, I think we will have time, I have a bonus thing that I'm going to do, which is our Italian chef friend came into town, and he had to do a fancy food show in Las Vegas. And he brought us back, as a very nice host present, a gigantic white truffle. And of course, if those of you know white truffle, it's very expensive. It's very rare. I could never. It's probably like worth $700. So I'm gonna.
That would be one of those things that would just make me anxious, just because I don't want to mess it up.
I know. But if I have time, one of the most classic things that you can do with a white truffle is you just shave it over a fresh egg.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Love that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I need to be zesting. Zesting is one of the great magics of cooking.
Yes.
In fact, like remember last week I did the lemon ricotta dip.
Yes. The zest is just free flavor.
It is, because what are you going to do? You just got to throw it away.
Yeah.
You might as well use it, and it's got a great saturation of flavor. But it's interesting, this thing about, like, I always thought butter is going to be the best cakes, and then there's another recipe I make sometimes, it's this chocolate cake. It's challenging. It's a challenging chocolate cake, but it's so good. And it was my late husband's, and it also is just oil, no butter.
I have never done an olive oil cake, but I've heard they make some of the most moist cakes.
They do, and also because I'm making it in a bundt, and so my hope is that, there's no greater hell for me than when my bundt doesn't come out. When you flip it and it doesn't come out. But when it comes out, if you can get the little crispy edges in the raised parts. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are there nutrients in zest as well? Correct. Well, I would think so. The same nutrients you get in a lemon, the vitamin C, right? There you go. I like that. I like that you're thinking of the nutrients. So. And then the other thing, of course, when we get into the buttermilk, one of my cooking hacks is always, if you don't have buttermilk, don't worry, use milk and a tablespoon of vinegar.
I did that same hack when I didn't have buttermilk, but for some reason our heavy cream has been on sale, so I've been getting giant cartons for $2.
Oh.
I know.
Well, that's funny, because last night I made chicken a la king, because it came to me in a dream. Quite literally, I swear to God. chicken a la king came to me in a dream. And I was so proud. I have all the ingredients, blah, blah, blah. I go to pour the the cream, and of course, it's been curdled. It was January 12th. I went, what? I was so sad. I was like, oh, my whole meal's ruined. My boyfriend was like, let's get in the car. Come on. Let's go buy some cream. You're so close. I was like, yeah. Yeah, that was a bummer. Because it was like, well, we have milk, but it's low fat. It's not going to be the same.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to, yeah.
No. So we got the cream. And then it was good. It was good. And then I had one perfect portion. I made it in a puff pastry and everything. I made my own little puff pastry shell. And the Italian chef showed up, and I was like all proud to be like, hey, I want you to taste it. And then another Italian was here, and he was helping clean up. I go, what happened to that? He goes, oh, I threw it out. And I'm like, thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. No, it's funny.
I did just have to look it up real quick. And yes, the lemon zest does have more nutrients than the lemon.
No. Oh, that's good information.
Higher concentration of vitamins, antioxidants. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is the first time I made it.
Even without those pesky nutrients.
Yeah, right. Who wants those pesky nutrients? Okay, so I've got the lemon juice. All right. Lemon juice. Sorry, I should be showing this. Lemon juice and eggs here. Now I'm going to crack the eggs. There we go. But when does the oil? I'm sorry, this is the first time I've made this one. Over the batter. But where's the oil come in? Okay, so I'm setting the sugar like, but this is the sugar, the fetches, yeah, got that. Crack eggs in the sugar hand mixer, blah, 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 blah. Vanilla, got it. Papel, batter, flour, baking powder, soda, and then turn the mixer on, beat 1/2 of it. Huh, well, I guess I'll just make it up where the oil goes. I think it goes in here soon. Yeah, roast it to the eggs, and then, there we go.
This is why sometimes whenever people say like, oh, how do you not know how to cook? Like, can't you just read a recipe? It's well, like, sometimes you gotta have some other knowledge. You're gonna fill in the blanks where recipes don't.
Let me tell you how real that is. So my aforementioned late husband, Mark Bailey, was a fantastic chef. So his last cookbook, it was really, might make me tear up. For my daughter's senior high school project.
That's
She was making a lot of her dad's recipes. But there was this one recipe, we couldn't figure it out. We tried it, wouldn't work. And the woman who co-wrote his book is still alive. So we reached out to her and we brought it to her. We were like, what's the part with this? And she goes, I ran out of time. I didn't get to recipe test all of them. So it was like a little flaw. It was, I can't remember, I think it was this bolognese sauce or something. Yeah, but so we were like, okay, well, I guess we'll just move on and do a different one. But that's the truth. Listen, not all recipes and cookbooks have been tried and tested. And also, especially with baking, you gotta kind of pay attention to the technique. So this says do a stand mixer. I'm not gonna haul you guys into another room and do a stand mixer. This is gonna be fine. So this will just be.
You have a stand mixer room, or is that in your?
Although wait a minute, I'm gonna run out of plugs here. My stand mixer room. Yeah, maybe I should have just stayed in my stand mixer room. Oh darn it. Okay. This is the problem of me trying to still figure out the logistics of all this.
Oh yeah. This is just the second show for Daphne. Right now she is baking an olive oil lemon thyme cake. We're excited about.
So now we're in my pantry, in my butler pantry, which was to me very important. So I'm gonna do a full tilt. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here.
Because it was your washer and dryer or your laundry.
Yes, it was my laundry room. So here we have there. So we've got the lemon, the eggs, and the sugar, and all the lemon zest. So I'm gonna put it in the KitchenAid mixer. We won't have to be here too long. Oh, I think that's snapping. I know, I was thinking that's kind of a problem, is that I feel like I have too many Oh, they do?
Food Network recipes.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
And
Yes,
Daphne
this
Dishes.
is Daphne Brogdon. This is her second show on Food Talk TV.
Even though I'm a former basic cable superstar. It's one of my claim to fame. All right. Like, you remember Kathy Griffin used to have the Life on the D list? I was F. I was on the F list, so.
Love that.
All right, so we can do some vanilla.
It's kind of how I feel like whenever I get recognized in public for my social media stuff, and it's like, I don't even have 100,000 followers. Who are you?
That's amazing. That's so cool.
That's so random, but yeah. You just never know who recognizes you, but of course you've definitely had a lot more viewers than I ever have. But you know, I get the feeling.
But there's nothing like niche fame, man, because people who like you really like you.
Right, because Cass, our CEO, like he reached out to you because he was a fan of a radio show that you did.
Yeah. It was a big national radio show
That you did
back in the
but he
90s.
loved radio.
Yeah, exactly. My radio fans, they really they follow. They're very loyal. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now it's 2/3 of a cup of olive oil.
And y'all, if you follow her on her page, I will type this down in the comments where you can find her, but you can just search for Daphne Brogdon, Daphne Dishes again. But this is her handle if you want to go find her. But she also does other like comedy stuff. She has all sorts of was that enough?
Not quite.
Oh no, I hate that.
Yeah. I know,
Just
right?
need a little bit more.
Yeah, I did.
Where it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a trip. So I did. You know, I didn't even think because of the band. I didn't even know if I'd be here this week. So.
I know, right?
Oh, and you know, I took. It wasn't loading on my iPad. TikTok yesterday wasn't loading on my iPad, so I took it off, and you can't get it back again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You can't get it again?
No. So don't
Oh,
do that thing where you restart the app. It won't work.
yeah, don't do that. Oh.
All right. Yeah.
Y'all, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us. Be
And
sure to
so-
share the live if you're having a good time with us.
So here we
Hopefully your friends
go.
and family would have-
So there we go. We got the olive oil, the lemon, the sugar,
There's
and
eggs.
yeah. And I gotta get the. Because I think I've told
Yes,
you.
and I'm gonna write that down for her.
I'm a big dork. I'm a big fermentation dork. So instead of buttermilk, I have my own homemade kefir. I think I'm gonna have enough. It's
What is that?
kefir is you get special kefir grains and you basically ferment milk.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fermented milk. They sell kefir in grocery stores, but it's mostly BS because once you put sugar in it, you know this is all to have a healthy biome, a healthy gut. And once you put sugar in it, it's really kind of no longer that healthy for you. There's only one brand I know. I think it's Raw Farms. It's hard to find. They have the real stuff. I just make my own because I was raised by hippies. So
You'll have to share how to do that.
yeah.
With me, I don't care if anybody else knows.
Yeah. Well, you just listen. You can send away for the grains at the big A store, and you get raw milk. But I can walk that through. I should
Oh, is
get
it
a video
raw
on
milk
that.
thing?
What?
Oh, is it a raw milk thing?
I use raw milk because I want that bacteria. Because the whole point is you're trying to put good bacteria in your gut.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't have to though.
Okay. Yeah, because I am team not that.
Team what?
Team not raw milk.
Oh, not raw milk. Yeah, you could use pasteurized.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
good to know. Yeah, Babs is wondering if it's something that the Amish make as well.
I don't know. I would think
Yeah,
so.
I feel
They're
like
so
it's
healthy. I don't know. Maybe somebody from Pennsylvania can
When
tell
you were
me.
showing us your Butler Pantry last show, and you were talking about your fermentation station, and
I-
I think it's so funny because I also have called my fermentation area my fermentation station.
No way. What do you ferment? Oh, pickles.
I do some pickles. I have some mustard seeds and stuff. It's been a while. I've also loved making my own vinegars before in the past, like saving all my like freezer scraps and stuff and making my own vinegars. Some of them don't like the vinegars that you make from scratch that involve like a lot of lemon peels and stuff. It's not really
I'm impressed that you're doing that.
It tastes very astringent, so it's really good for like cleaning stuff. But I mean, you can do it from all sorts of fruit discards, like banana peels and stuff.
Root discards. Taylor, you're gonna make me fall in love with you. I love somebody who's dealing with root discards.
I wanted to start making my own vinegars was a banana peel and mint.
So here's where the trouble can come with bunt pans. So I'm oiling it up, and what often happens is, you oil, but this part doesn't get.
Yes, that part.
So you got to make sure that gets all good and oiled. All right, so I've put this all together. Wait, let me get the pour. Pour's kind of.
So basically, the trick is just making sure it's super, super oiled.
Yeah, I mean you could dust with flour too, but I'm not gonna mess with it.
Okay. Whoa. Yes, y'all, if you're just joining us, this is an olive oil lemon thyme cake she's making.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go get the thyme. And yep. Okay, we're gonna go.
Like the actual thyme?
No. Parsley, sage, rosemary.
Thyme, or you need the herb?
I need the herb. We're gonna go on location. Okay, come on, you guys. We're going on location. Let's go.
Yes.
Bum,
I
bum.
love it. I love seeing the tour of your house because y'all, she used to cook it for Food Network in that kitchen.
Yeah, I did. We were all over this place. Here, so you can see my family room. My chickens have devastated my life. It is great. We have, I'll have the chicken better corral. We have a tree swing. We also used to feature in the show, which was great when my kids were littler. Now they're teenagers and I'm like sympathetic. I'm like, do you guys want to go to the swing? And they're like, no. Yeah, I'm totally getting the go away mom period. I'm sure if anybody out there has teenagers, yeah, it was actually kind of bumming me out last night. I was getting a little sad about it. It's like being slowly downsized from a job, you know?
No longer needed or appreciated.
Kind of, yeah. And I'll be like, you guys used to think I was the best. Yeah, not anymore.
Nice. But speaking of time, we do have Babs in here, so if you need our official food
Oh,
time.
yay, Babs is here. Oops.
Oh. And of course, as soon as Kaz walks in, that's when the camera drops.
It was going great.
Just walks in to see how we're doing.
It was going great till then. So I'm just putting some thyme, which I should have mixed in, but I'm putting fresh thyme in my lemon, olive oil, bunt, and then we're gonna go backwards. So I used to do a thing in organize things first in college and then in my neighborhood called regressive dinners. So you think of it as a potluck, but so each person makes a course, and you can do a progressive dinner where you start. Oh, there's some good more lemon zest there. Where you start, like we start with the appetizers, blah blah blah. But in college we used to do regressive dinners, so we started with dessert and went backwards.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cass even says your light looks so much better today.
Wait a minute, I have to show them. Cass, look at my window. Because I was like, what can I easily put up there? How about butcher block paper and push pins? Okay, so here's my cake. I'm putting it in. So Babs, 35 minutes.
So Babs, are you here for 35 minutes?
Although that'll be right at the end of the show, but yeah, 35 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna.
We won't even let it rest properly. Perfect.
Yeah, Perfect. Which, who knows, it might not come out. Okay, I'm just gonna clear this away.
Oh yes, of course. Which putting this stuff away, she just put into the oven a lemon thyme olive oil cake, and we got to see some of her backyard and some of her pan. Babs got us on the timer. What did you grease the bun pan with?
I greased it with olive oil.
She used the olive oil, and her cake is very heavily olive oil in there. She says that typically sometimes people will also dust the inside with flour to prevent it from sticking. She didn't do that this time, but she did say that was a tip that we use. Can I be honest? I only use my bun pan once a year, and that is for Christmas because I don't even use it for baking, but I use it for instead of a cheese ball, I put it in the bun pan, and then I decorate it with parsley to make it my.
Oh my God, there's so much to talk about there. First off, I'm obsessed with buns. I make them all the time. And a cheese ball and
You're
a bun.
already getting me to check my email more, so maybe you can get me on the bun pans.
Yeah, wow. I just don't even. Okay, I'm. Put it up here. I love when I put up something for ease and then I forget it's there. Ugh.
So
That's the thing when past Daphne helps out future Daphne has to remember it. Present Daphne has to. That's a big problem.
This recipe up on Food Talk TV later?
For sure.
Okay, cool. So if you are following us, be sure you're following us, and we will put it in our stories when it's posted on.
But also, I will tell you, the cake recipe I took from somebody else. It's called.
But they didn't include the olive oil in their recipe, did they?
No, well, I don't know. I couldn't see it. Buttermilk by Sam, and they're calling it a lemon olive oil cake. I'm changing it in that I'm adding thyme and I'm not putting any frosting because I don't like frosting. Okay, this is gonna be my date fennel chicken. It's Moroccan-ish. I'm gonna call it Moroccan-ish. I had an inspiration and I made it the other night and it really worked out. I'm using chicken thighs. If possible, I try not to use chicken breasts because chicken breasts blow. They taste like cardboard. So chicken thighs are just a better way to go.
They really are.
Yeah.
And I hated that people started learning that.
Oh, right, because then they started not being available.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to get more of the pan. It's so funny, I have to have this sandbag. You know how, like but my sandbag is a bag of chocolate chips to hold my tripod.
You're really missing that Food Network camera crew now, huh?
Oh, honey, I've been missing them and the hair and makeup lady and the set decorator ever since they left. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Believe me, it's a different world. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband used to have that.
Crew as well.
Yeah, well, the food producer, blah, blah. And my husband had a similar issue because, when he was, executive chef at his restaurant, and then he cooks at home and he would use 9,000 pots and pans. And me and my stepson at the time was the oldest in the house. Then we'd be like, oh, why are you using all those? And he was, because I'm used to have a professional dishwasher and a sous chef and
Right.
Okay, so we're just gonna start on these. I'm just gonna brown these. Skin down. Now this is the kind of dish that would be really good for put in a crock pot. Like I would say, if you could do this in the morning and then let this stew, all day in the crock pot so that when you have the chicken thigh meat that just sort of falls off the bone, that would be the best case scenario.
Is
But
it like a dumping it, like you would dump it in a crock pot kind of thing, or would you like sear it and then go to the crock pot?
I would sear and then do crock pot. One thing I don't like is how hard it can be. I mean, I found chicken thighs with skin, but lately it seems like there's all these skinless chicken thighs. And when I serve skinless chicken thighs, I look like I'm punishing my guests. I mean, they don't look good. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely like a steamed chicken thigh or something.
Yeah. Actually, I'll just make
You
those.
have a question. Is this recipe your own recipe?
It is. I made it up. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make all of. I'll make 5 because I think that's probably enough for dinner tonight.
And you'll appreciate you being here and cutting this food and sharing your lives.
Here's a fennel. Anybody wondering about a fennel? Here it is. So, oh wait, let me salt the chicken thighs a little bit. So, fennel, which has a kind of a licorice taste. I'm a big fan of it. Where I grew up in Culver City on a hill, I'd walk home from school and there was always this wild fennel growing, so I have very good associations with fennel. So you cut into it. What was that? Yes, yes. Yeah, that would be like what this part. Yeah, this is the more licorice that I got from my garden. I would definitely use that. But for this dish, does it kind of work to the same way like that celery? You know? Sort of. Anyway, so I'm just going to chop this up. The three key ingredients is fennel, dates, and cilantro. All right, the chicken's making such a racket. I'm having a hard time hearing. See, it's always chickens. Okay, I do a fried chicken fennel. I cook it, I mix up this part in a batter, and then I fry the chicken in it. I love that, because there's something about that fried crispiness that really brings out the more the licoricey taste. I also will slice fennel thin and add it to a salad. Yeah. You know what? I did that recipe on my show. It's on the Daphne Dishes Food Network site. It's called, I named it something now. Oh, I think I named it Culver Crust Chicken, because that's where I grew up. Yeah, I should make that sometime. I haven't made it in a while. It's funny how, like, there's dishes, you know how there's recipes you make over and over and over again, and then, like, then you go, wait a minute, I haven't made that in a long time. What, honey? Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm putting the chicken on the back burner so I can start on the saucy part. Because normally if I was making this, I would remove the chicken and then start the sauce. So I do a dozen dates, pitless dates, that I'm cutting in half. I do too, and I'm always so big on cooking with ingredients that could also be snacks in my kids' lunch. Like last week when I did my fruit cake with the apricots, right? So it's a similar oil in the pan. Now I'm cooking with better olive oil than you need to. No, I just ran out of my vegetable oil, or else I'd be using that. So, cutting the dates. thank goodness you're here, Taylor.
All good. I promise it's not easy. This is a fun show for me. I love it.
Good, good, good. Okay. So,
You know, like it's like a 30 minutes before you start.
you're doing great. You'd never know. Okay, so the fennel's going in. What do you love?
Oh, I love the sizzle sound.
Oh.
Like, I can hear like feedback when the audience can hear that.
Oh, braised fennel recipe. Oh, yeah. Fennel's an unsung. You know how everything got like Brussels sprouts got its stage for a while. Then cauliflower. I think fennel is ready for its due. Ready for its day. So let that go, and then that's kind of the. I'll just kind of lower the chicken, and then maybe it won't be quite so loud. Okay, so raise that, and now I'm gonna put the dates in. Oh shoot, my dog got left out. I gotta let him in. He's gonna keep barking.
Oh, yeah. So while she's gone, I'm going to tell a random story. The very first time I ever tried to date, I was in college and I was riding my bike to my next class, and some dude just like ran in front of me and made me just like my bike, and I ended up just wrecking it. And he went up to, you know, just make sure I was okay and lift me up, and he's like, "Do you want to date?" And I'm like, "What?" And then he hands me like a wrapped date, like in a plastic. It was like a chocolate covered date, and I'm like, "Oh." I'm just curious if that guy just always kept them in his pocket, just in case that question didn't like go over well. But what a weird time to ask someone if they want to date.
Man, I missed a good story. Okay, so here's the other ingredients. So cilantro. I think, I don't know, I guess it's about a quarter cup. Kind of,
It's so weird to measure herbs.
it is weird. Yeah, that's why I think, well, it's about right. Oh my God, I wish I had smell-o-vision for you guys right now. That soapy yumminess of cilantro.
I was about to say if we had television, like probably 15% of our viewers would be like, bye.
Really? God, that food
Because
smell.
a lot of people don't like that. Like, I guess some people have the soapy heat of cilantro.
They don't like it?
And they don't like it, yes. There's a bunch of people that just have teas that don't allow them to like cilantro because it does taste like soap to them.
Oh, I mean, it kind of smells like it. It doesn't taste like that to me.
She says it tastes like soap for her. But yeah, that's like a tea thing.
Even if it's all mixed in? Wow.
I've read some places where if it's cooked, like some people can handle it when it's cooked because some of the way I guess like the molecules and stuff act.
Yeah, I think it's different than when it's like chopped fresh on Mexican food. Okay, now I'm grating fresh ginger. Okay.
Yes. Trini, is it when it smells like soap to you when it's fresh or when it's mixed in and cooked?
Fresh.
I'm curious.
Yeah, oh, for me, fresh.
Oh, it all tastes like soap. Perfect, so no matter what. And you know, Trini is another one of our We Talk to Me creators. She's on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central.
She's very fun to watch.
And all of her stuff is like easy pantry meals that should not take you very much time at all to make. Love it. Very useful stuff.
I think it's about 2 cups of broth. That's what Okay, so to review, we've got fennel, we've got dates, we've got fresh ginger. Now we're going to do a squeeze of lemon. So we've got the sweet of the dates and the acid of lemon. So you see there's a theme today. It's all connected with lemon. All right.
Well, this is your second show and I've seen lemons in both. We'll see.
Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty pro lemon.
We might change it lemons with Daphne.
Okay, turmeric. which, as I'm sure a lot of you know, turmeric, once you put some black pepper in it, is also an anti-inflammatory, so that's good for you.
It's also what makes mustard yellow.
Yeah, makes it look like it's mustard.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna simmer that in, and then I've got one more. Hold on to your hats. Cinnamon. And
Okay.
I actually have this, it's a kind of cinnamon I haven't used before, except for this dish, which I really like. Saigon cinnamon. So I don't know if it's like a Vietnamese cinnamon, like if it's, what makes that one? It was just the only one that was, a member of the Cassia family, Saigon has the boldest flavor and aroma of all the cinnamon varieties. Well, I love it.
I feel like I only get like the one brand of cinnamon, but I have read so many times that the different types of cinnamon that exist out there just affect food differently. And
Yeah.
I imagine the same would be for savory dishes such as this.
Okay, so let me see, because it's kind of, let me hold this up so you can see what it looks like right now. Okay, so what's nice about this with the turmeric and all that stuff is it's gonna help color the chicken, because chicken can look kind of, you know, bland and not so appetizing. So I'm gonna put it in here. And it can finish cooking. And that's why I say, so it's all in there now, but this would be a very, very good dish for a crock pot. Okay, hang on. I feel like this is gonna be a better shot here. What happened? Wait a minute.
All right.
That didn't work at all. I thought,
Oh yeah, not this. Yeah, we'll see the food better here.
Yeah.
Does not see the food at all.
yeah, right.
Yes.
I was-
Thank y'all for hanging on while we get the best.
Yes,
food possible.
yes, the
We get
best
both
possible.
Daphne and we get the beautiful food in here.
Yeah. It
Yes.
seemed like.
So it takes a
Yeah.
second, and while she's figuring that out, y'all welcome to Food Talk TV. We go live every single day, Monday through Friday. We do 2 shows a day. We're about to have 3 shows on 2 of the days starting February. And
Look at
then
that.
Saturday and Sunday we each have a show. Oh,
It's way better.
perfect. I love this angle. Yes.
It's way better.
And this
Wait, I
is
gotta
how
move
we
this
rock
other
it.
thing.
So join us
There we go.
Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central to catch Daphne. And she's calling this show Daphne Dishes again. Because Daphne Dishes, the first one, was on Food Network. So yes, be sure you follow along and hang out.
It did. I just, you know, I gotta cook with a camera in front of me. What am I gonna do? Yeah. Okay, so while this is simmering away,
Or something here.
I will clear the decks from the bonus thing that I'm going to share with y'all.
All right. Yes, love it.
Because I have
Y'all,
a
thank you
big
so much for joining.
culinary
If
bonus.
you're just now walking in, inside that skillet, there is chicken thighs that she has seared. There's also some fennel and some dates and some chicken stock. She also seasoned it really well. I know she put a little bit of cinnamon in there as well.
Yes.
This
And I'll-
whole recipe will be up on Food Talk TV later, so be sure you're giving us a follow. We'll post it in our stories when it's cooked.
Right now, I have it just written on my chalkboard, but I will quantify it for y'all.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see my before show notes. Like before I put a recipe down on the website notes. It's
But I have to tell you, when I had the Food Network show, like I would, we do this part of the show, and then it'd be like, and then we'll let it simmer, and it'd be like, and cut, and I'd be like, what? They're like, oh, you can go sit down for an hour. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they'd come in and they'd clean, and then they'd get the mise en place ready for the next thing, and I'd come in like a surgeon, It was so much easier.
oh my gosh.
But okay, so here's for foodies, foodie alert, foodie alert, foodie alert. I have a real bona fide Italian white truffle. Now, Taylor, please feel free to look up some facts on white truffle, because for those that don't know, white truffle is not the same as black truffle. Black truffle, it's much easier to find. People who really connoisseurs don't even consider it truffle. Usually you can get it in Mexico. White truffles, there used to be a mushroom hunter, a truffle hunter that would call my husband at random times. Thank you for the gift.
Thank you.
They had dogs that were trained to sniff out the truffles. So last night, our friend May, who was at a fancy food show in Italy, he's a big Italian chef, Oh my God, now I really wish I had smell-o-vision. So he brings this to us, and my boyfriend is Italian, was like, put it in rice. And I'm like, why? And it was to keep the humidity.
Keep it moist.
Yeah.
Or keep it humid. Okay.
Yes, and Mimi insisted, he said the cloth that it was wrapped in was a special truffle cloth. Now this amount of truffle, I mean, it's easily $300, just this bit of truffle. And there's a special, okay, so here it is, here's the unveiling. So, oh my God, I'm getting rice everywhere. Bum bum, bum bum, dun 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 dun. So imagine the most potent, fantastic mushroom smell. That's what the white truffle smells like. And like at a restaurant that my boyfriend works at, they will shave white truffle on something, on a dish, and it's an additional like $50 just to have it shaved on your risotto.
Wow.
Okay, here it is. Just this alone. This
Any
is.
way you can bring it closer to the camera?
Sure, of course.
I'm curious.
This is like $300-400
Oh wow.
truffle. Really hard to find, and this was grown in Italy.
Wow.
And
That
so-
is so cool.
Yeah, so it was brought out to this fancy food show he did, and it just being like the regulations, he's like, I can't take it back, so you guys are gonna do it. So, but and then I said, he was running out the door, and I'm like, how should I make it? And he's like, what do you know? So really fast, and I was like, I think he said tagliatelle with something with a certain, it has to be long fresh pasta and a certain kind of cheese. But I also know that the most basic way to make a truffle is you do a soft scrambled egg, and then you just shave a little bit. And I just want to see if, I don't think they didn't leave the shave, but I'm just going to shave just a little bit so you guys can see it, because it's pretty amazing, and I will never have it again.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Just the tiniest, if you can see kind of the interior of it.
Oh wow.
And you don't cook with it, so you cook everything and then you put it on top, and because it's a really, really strong flavor. I will tell you, my husband, which he loved white truffle, and he used to say he loved white truffle because it smelled like lady parts to him, if you know what I mean. Thinking of you, honey. Yeah.
Oh man, what a crazy ingredient that you just know you're just not gonna be in a position to have again, or like.
No, I know. Well, so here's what's gonna happen. So my boyfriend said he's gonna bring home some things that he thinks would be worthy of it. He's like, guys, I'm gonna get some carpaccio. He's gonna from his restaurant. I'm gonna get some carpaccio, maybe some thinly sliced veal. And I'm like, I leave it up to you, friend, because I don't know what's happening. All right, let me check my cake.
I know this wasn't something that this was purchased for her. This is just something that was given. So
Yeah.
someone came in.
An Italian
It was an
chef friend
Italian
gave
chef.
it as a present. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yep. Bab says 11 minutes left on the timer.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it needs about 5 more minutes. But I think that the chicken's coming along well, and I'm really pleased with that I figured this angle out. Now I know where the angle is.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh gosh, Taylor, you gotta remind future Daphne of this angle.
Yes. Here, I'll take a screenshot.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, we are, but I'll give you my LA fire update too. So the air is, it's really weird because it looks really clear and nice, but the air quality is so bad from the fire, they wouldn't let the kids at my son's school go outside yesterday. Which I thought was kind of dumb because, well, like he's standing and waiting for his bus to go to school. You know, like if it's so bad, then maybe he shouldn't go at all. I'm like, just go out. Now, the other thing, oh, shoot, I know. Well, I ran out of time. Okay. The way I would serve this is with rice. And my favorite way to make rice now, with just your...
I think she wants 5 minutes instead of 11.
Yeah, because I think I'll run out of time, but we'll see. Anyway, so good old rice cooker, my old rice cooker from my dad. And as we know, liquid and rice, it's always the liquid is double what the rice is, and so you can make it better by doing chicken broth, whatever. I've been cooking it in coconut milk, and it's a slam dunker. The kids love it. So I'd make coconut rice with this dish, and it's very, very, very popular.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna kind of plate this and see how it looks.
I wasn't thinking coconut rice with this dish, but that does sound like it would be really good.
Yeah, I forgot that's how I did it. So, but when I made this, when I was road testing this dish, I thought, oh, maybe I need to put cream in this sauce to make it more substantive or blah. I did not. This is really, really delicious. Okay, if you want to take a look at that.
Yes.
So we've got the dates, the fennel, and even if these are ingredients that you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like them, they worked really, really well. And again, it would be even better if you cook the chicken's fine, but if you cook it so long where it's sort of like falling off the bone.
Flow, right.
Right, but it's the turmeric and the dates. There's something about that sweet, and then the turmeric gives it an earthy flavor, and not expensive ingredients either. I went to the store to go get some of this stuff that I didn't have, and it was like under $12. Not even. That's probably with the chicken, because the produce was even less. But anyway, so there we go, and I'll take a shot of it. Right? I send you the shot.
Yes, we will need to have a picture of it. Because
Yes.
This is going to be on foodtalktv.com, so be sure you're following us. We'll post it in our stories when that's up. So, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
Okay, so we could try to see if the cake is ready.
Babs did add another 5-second timer to that, so we will see.
So how much was the original? It was 11 minutes more?
She changed it to 5 when you said 5.
Oh.
So we can only add 6 on top of that. So she hasn't said anything about the timer yet. So she says 2 minutes left on the timer.
I mean, it's looking pretty good, but, so,
Do you do a toothpick test, or do you just like kind of feel it?
I mean, I'm looking at it. I think it might be a little soft. The problem is if it's a little soft, when I try to take it out, it's not gonna go out.
Right. Want it to actually be.
I mean, I'll still eat it. I don't care. I'm always a big believer in like, hey, it doesn't have to look good as long as it tastes good.
Right.
But, okay, so how much more of the 5-minute timer?
So, like 30 seconds ago, she said 2 minutes.
All right.
So, almost there.
Yeah. I should have some food trivia ready, because this is what I do on my regular lives. I end with trivia. And last night I did the Gilded Age trivia.
Okay. Do you have any food trivia at the top of your head? Because I only have one question whenever I get asked, just because I'm mustard queen.
Yeah, what's your question?
My typical one is, what was the first manufactured yellow mustard in the United States?
Oh.
What was the first manufactured mustard? Not yellow mustard, just any mustard. What was the first manufactured mustard?
So you mean the kind like Dijon or brand like Gulden's?
What the brand?
Okay, I'll say Gulden's.
You are the only person I've ever met that has gotten that right first shot. First one.
Give me one moment in time. Yeah, I'm so proud.
Yeah, no, of course the obvious answer that people always want to go to is French's. But,
No. French's is from like the last 60, 70 years. Gildan's is an old brand.
Well, French's started 1904, and then Golden started manufacturing 1866. But before French's even started manufacturing, before they even started manufacturing, Heinz had decided to make mustard and pickles. Then they went bankrupt. Then they came back and started making ketchup.
I love your deep knowledge of mustard. See, I hate French's mustard. I think it's disgusting.
Not everyone's a yellow mustard person. When I'm a yellow mustard person, of course, I like stuff like the Coleman's prepared stuff.
Wait a minute, I can't. I might be out of my favorite it's a French brand that I usually have, but
Okay.
but you can get it at Ralph's. It's like, you know, I mean, it's not super fancy, but it's like a French brand. I can't remember, but
Okay.
Anyway.
You did say to up. I don't know if it still needs a few more minutes.
okay. So I would say, gosh, food trivia.
But
Oh, I know. I used to do a show. Oh, it was fun. It was a fun show called Cooking Fact or Fiction, and it would go into the origins of things, like how the Caesar salad started. Was the Caesar salad was at a fancy restaurant in Tijuana in like the 30s. The rich people would go, and some rich lady came in and said, I just want a salad," and so this waiter who was named Caesar was like, "Well, we've got a little romaine left," and you know. That's how the Caesar salad came to be.
That is a very random one because you would think that would be more of an Italian or not a Mexican.
Yes, everybody thinks that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was Tijuana, Caesar and Tijuana then.
Because
it used to be, you know, pre 9/11, even in my lifetime, to go over the border to San Diego or Mexico was like nothing. People did it all the time. It was like a toll bridge. Okay, let me
I
see.
saw a video yesterday of a poor woman who was in Buffalo for the first time and like made a wrong turn onto a bridge.
Oh,
and
she went in Canada?
Yeah, but she didn't have her passport or anything, and she had her kids' seats or her car seats in the back seat, and they didn't have kids in them. So apparently that was a big old red flag too, because she had to like U-turn back into the United States.
You know, it's funny. I actually, about 5 years ago, I purposely was going from family visiting Buffalo up to Canada, and I was with my kids, and they did kind of give me a hard time. I was like, oh, they ain't kidding around at the Canadian border. Oh, right. Here we go.
So are we gonna let this cool before we flip it?
I could try. Here,
No,
quick,
it's okay.
take a shot of me holding it in case it goes south.
Okay. I mean, we can always let it cool, and then we can post the picture later. I don't want you to ruin your cake just for this live show. Okay, hold on. One,
Do you like it how I
can?
can?
Aha! Hold on, I had to clear my screen.
But I like that you have the flex of time in there.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. I know. I'm kind of tempted to try it though. Actually, ooh, I think I overcooked it. Well, like because I put on the conviction at the
really?
end. Yeah, I think I overcooked it a little. Let me see. Let's see. I mean, the worst that happens is I have a failed cake because it's pulled away from the sides pretty well.
Oh.
So,
Maybe.
but again, remember, it's the column. It's the column in the middle. That foils me. Okay, I think it might work. Yeah, it's a little overcooked on the edges. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, there we go. So I was about to say, if you're gonna fail, we gotta watch.
I know. Oh yeah, sorry. Live television here. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
live television. Love it.
I just want to thank you all for sticking with me in this momentous moment.
Godspeed.
It's like jumping off a high dive. I just heard it flip. I heard it flip. I heard it flip. Oh, sweet Jesus! Oh my God! Look!
Yeah.
I'm a genius! This and answering the mustard quiz right. I feel like I'm somebody.
That's so awesome.
All right, I'm gonna slice into it. Oh my God, this is
Get a
so.
picture of it if you can. Do you have something to take a photo of?
No, I'm using what I would.
Okay. Could you bring it up to the camera super well, and
Oh.
I will see about screenshotting. Okay, a little closer. A little more angled to where I see it.
Like,
There we go. I can make it work.
okay. I want to slice and to see if it's fitting my vision thing. Ooh, okay. Pretty so good so far. Oh, I think it's really moist, really nice and moist, with the crispy on the outside. It's hot as a pancake, hotter than a pancake, hot potato. And
Hot
I got-
potato.
Okay.
So I need to know if the lemon and thyme carried out well.
Absolutely, and you know what? Also, I like. It's got a little, from the kefir. It's got a little like, what what do you call
A little bit of funk.
Like a sour. Yeah, well, I was going to say funk, but I thought that sounded bad. A little sour almost.
Really? I would think that.
But
I thought funk sounded better than sour. Huh.
oh, I guess so. I mean, funk to me. I mean, funk could be like funk, or it can be like yeah. So, but I like the soft moisty. It's really nice soft one. This worked out. This worked out. Yay! I'll make this again. I would have mixed in the thyme because I only taste the thyme off the edge here.
Okay.
But it's
But
good.
you know, I guess if you're going for a crowd and maybe someone may not be a fan of the thyme.
Well, that's crazy talk because I think it's fun to put thyme. I think it's fun to put things like thyme and rosemary that are herbs that you associate with savory and things that are sweet. It's like a little exciting. It's a little party in your mouth. Well, listen. Thank you guys. I know I still have a little issue here with logistics and stuff, but I think my sort of yellow meal here worked out pretty well.
The yellow meal, yes.
And I will have the ingredients, the recipes.
Yeah. Well, just be sure you're giving us a follow. We'll post it up in our stories whenever we have them posted on foodtalktv.com. Should be sometime later today. So yes, so to wrap up what all you did, the lemon thyme olive oil cake.
And Moroccan-ish chicken with fennel, dates, cilantro, lemon juice, cinnamon, turmeric, black pepper, and fresh ginger. But if you can use ground ginger, that's fine. It'll still work. Thank you so much, Taylor. You're the best, what do you call it? Not road dog. Wingman? Wingman.
Person. Or comment reader.
Good. Okay. Thank you, Trini. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. So yes, tune in next time or next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central to watch Daphne Dishes again on Food Talk TV, and be sure you're following along to see all the other creators. Thank y'all so much for joining, and thank you, Daphne. This was a great live. I had a lot of fun.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You guys have to. Okay. Bye,
There we go.
friends.
There we go. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. I'm my first time trying to cook live on YouTube, and so I've got this thyme lemon cake, bun cake, which worked out really well, and my chicken, my Moroccan-ish chicken with fennel, dates, and fennel, dates, chicken broth, cilantro, lemon juice, cinnamon, turmeric, black pepper, and fresh ginger. And I'll edit it down into a little video too. But thanks so much.